So on the last episode we just had left the first island, Fuchsia Village, and reached Orange Town, officially starting our adventure. The story behind this island is actually quite sad, and I bet some of you even didn't remember. So an evil group of pirate clowns had just taken over this island and the inhabitants had to flee or they got freaking enslaved. After looking around for a little, I did not find a single reference to the MVP of this island, a dog that was defending a shop waiting for his owner to return, but he never returns because he was dead. And of course we are here to save the day. The only big reference that I found is this cannon that the clown pirates use and place it on the town hall of this city, pretty much marking their territory. Every island that we visit will have missions that we need to finish and a collection that we need to complete. There is always an area like this with a crate that has some unique items to this island, a pony lift for us to fast travel, and some info about the possible drops from all the mobs you can find in here. Also, there is always a statue that you can use to fight the boss of this island. So in here, as you could probably see, we can find some clown pirates dropping only buggy balls that we can use to spawn the boss of this island. Then we have the mini bosses who are higher ups in the clown pirate crew. First we have Kabaji, a guy that walks around in a motorcycle, then we have Moji and Richie, a pair of a human and an animal, and then we can find the scariest pirate of all time, Alvida. A little random because this is not the place where we should find her, but it's fine, like she has her own crew, she's a captain of a pirate crew, but it's understandable because she joined forces later in the story with them. I managed to make a map of all the mini bosses spawn areas if you want to farm them. Maybe I missed one or two, but it's fine I guess, hope it helps. And to end it all, we have the captain of this evil pirate group, Buggy the Clown. This guy is actually the first devil fruit user that the main character of the show, Luffy, fights. Like he has the ability to divide himself into multiple parts, so he's basically immune to shortcuts. For example, he can drop some essence to evolve his devil fruit once you get it, and he's paired with a 5% chest, and that you need to finish to make this island collection. By the way, this is the collection that you need to make to finish completely this island. In my opinion, this is the easiest to finish in the entire game. Even the best weapon is cheap and only worth 1 million or even less coins in the auction house. In my opinion, you should get it as soon as possible because it helps you a lot in the farming, like you kill mobs faster. Also, when you finish any island collection, you will get a tag that will appear on your name, great for flexing in chat. Oh, by the way, I got YouTube rank. They actually gave this rank to an idiot like me. Everyone is cooked. So much power in my hands should be illegal. Now I can farm some views and subscribers by being AFK in spawn, like I am the evil guy here. Oh, also, this guy wanted to appear in the video, so I let him show me his outfit. Let's see what this boy got. I think he identifies himself as a microwave. He's rotating like flawlessly. And I guess that was it. That was quite fun. Wait, hold on. Yeah, and now I am traumatized by his activities. Thank you so much, man. Going back to Orange Town, we just had to finish our missions, which was not that hard. It took about 2 days of grinding, and that's because I wanted to craft the full armor set that you only can do by getting all the fragments in crates. The armor itself is not really hard to craft, it's just 14 fragments, it's just a little grind, but finally we finished this island and we have the full clown outfit and we are ready to sail to the next one. So the next island that we are going to visit is the Baratie, a restaurant in the middle of nowhere, like it's in the middle of the ocean, but it was really important to the story. This place is a little different from the other islands. You will have a poneglyph and a crate as always, but there is no mobs or special boss for us to defeat, which I think is a little sad because they could add Don Krieg or even a sea monster as a boss. At least the restaurant is really accurate compared to the one from the original show, and that's awesome. The missions that we need to do here is all related to fishing, and they actually made fishing a little more painful than it already is. They just copied Stardew Valley system, but it's a little more interesting, let's be honest, and painful. Yes, very, very painful. Especially when a rare fish appears and you have to try to fill that green bar in less than 30 seconds with some lag in the mix, making it almost impossible to catch for some people just like me, but what can we do, right? In this world, as you probably saw, we can get special fish types that you can make a collection, and then a small but interesting Baratie collection. It seems easy enough to complete, but it's actually one of the hardest in the entire game, and I will explain why later. So when you enter this place, you will find Zeff, the restaurant owner, who was actually a well-known pirate in the past. One day he got stranded in an island and had to eat his leg. Yes, you listened right, he ate his freaking leg to survive starvation. He's wild. But in here he will just give us instructions of what we can do on this place. Basically, cook. Just go to the kitchen, make a dish, and serve to the customers. Seems simple, right? Well, it's extremely boring. By serving customers, we can get this currency that we can be used to open the island crate to make the full collection. But you have no idea how long it takes to open just a single crate. And because of that, I will make a little clip of all the process you need to do to serve a single client. For you not to close the video because it's boring, I will play some parkour in the background. I hope you have fun, because I didn't. As you saw, it takes a big while to win a few coins of this currency. We just need to farm a small amount of 1000 coins to open a single crate to have a small chance of getting the item that we need. So, in other words, making this process hundreds, even thousands of times. For example, the thing that you want the most is fragments for you to be able to craft the armor and finish the missions and the collection. I will now show you a clip of me opening 20 crates. It just took me around 20 hours in real life to farm from scratch. By the way, the fragments have a chance of 10% of dropping, so with 20 crates I should get at least 2 pairs of them, but imagine how many I got? Exactly an astonishing amount and powerful 0. And I just wasted a bunch of my lifetime to get absolutely nothing, so I just need to repeat the process with no certainty that I will get something useful again and again. But the worst part of them all is when I made a list with all of the Baratie dishes, I reached the conclusion that more than half of them are absolutely trash, like totally useless. So to start, every time you make a dish using fish, you lose money. Like, we can quick sell every fish, and by doing that we win a lot of more money than actually use the fish to make a dish. If you think about it, it does not make any sense whatsoever. So everything that uses fish is bad. Now there are other dishes that you spend some time to craft, but they are so bad that the amount of currency that you get is extremely low, and you have to serve an average about of 500 dishes to open a single crate. What a huge waste of time. Also, there is a dish that is uncraftable, you need clams and those don't exist, I guess. And also another dish that you need an item that I currently cannot obtain because you get it in a future island, but luckily for me some players sold them to me. And this dish is actually by far the best one on the entire server, but it is incredibly difficult to craft. So I figured out the best 5 dishes that you can make, and they are like the easiest and give the most amount of currency, being these 5. So to farm Baratie, I just made like 4 stacks of each one of these dishes, serve everyone in the restaurant, and then I tried to refresh my lobby to just refresh the dishes that the customers ask for. At least you don't lose a lot of money in doing this, and it is quickly as possible. Like, it still will take some days for you to make the entire collection, but at least the armor is really good looking and we are officially certified cooks. I probably was the first one on the entire server to finish the Baratie collection and get the Baratie tag, obviously for flexing. Before sailing to the next island, I discovered that you can upgrade your ship, so we will not use the barrel anymore, and let's be honest, it looks much better having a small ship. Another thing that I have to tell you is something very unexpected. I co-hosted an event on this server like it was a live stream that I got invited by Klaza, a pretty cool guy that you should follow because I might appear in a live with him in the future. But if you know me, being social is like my biggest weakness, so of course it's gonna be extremely scuffed. But anyways, let's sail to the next island. The problem is that this story will only continue on the next video. I really hope you enjoyed because I will keep doing this until I finish at least all the islands. There will be a playlist with all the videos that should appear on the screen right now, and that's about it. See ya and bye.